Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
As Parliament reconvened today, there was a tone change following the release of last week's damning report into workplace culture. MPs acknowledged it and pledged to do better.
Reeling from a rotten report, Tasmanian MPs say sorry to those bullied, discriminated against and harassed in Parliament House.
I am deeply and unreservedly sorry.
I would like to offer our apology to all of those who've been let down.
Then I am very, very sorry.
Anti-Discrimination Commissioner Sarah Bolt's report into a toxic workplace culture at Parliament House acknowledged today.
In reflecting on the findings of this report, you cannot help but draw the unfortunate conclusion that we have failed to provide a safe workplace.
A Joint House Standing Committee was established to implement the 14 recommendations. It features the party leaders plus Speaker Mark Shelton from the lower house. 4 upper house members will be chosen tomorrow.
Some recommendations could be implemented more quickly than the given timeframes, such as workplace training, which we would like to see commence later this year, starting with members of Parliament and managers.
The report found many employees were unaware of the formal complaints process.
As a result, all staff have now been made aware of the formal complaints process established in their workplace and how to receive support.
The report also noted that heated debate was contributing to the toxic culture. Today's question time was far more subdued than usual. Time will tell how long that lasts and whether it makes a difference. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Police have charged a 30-year-old man with several offences following a disturbance at Mayfield on Sunday night. Officers allege he was in possession of a sawn-off shotgun and a quantity of drugs. Acting Inspector Matthew Adams says the incident was isolated, targeted and between people known to each other. An unattended oil burner was determined to be the cause of a house fire at Wynyards. Emergency services responded to the blaze at Austin Street this morning. The fire service says a resident inside the house was able to exit safely thanks to a working smoke alarm. Nobody was injured. Tas Racing has been accused of trying to avoid public scrutiny after it was revealed race footage was edited to remove gruesome injuries. An incident in March saw a Greyhound euthanised after fracturing its leg. However, the incident has been removed from the replay.
Tas Racing, though, and Minister Ogilvie have blood on their hands, but they don't want the community to know that that's the case. They are hiding these injuries and deaths from the community.
A spokesperson for Tas Racing says it's a long-standing approach to not show the incidents. Racing Minister Madeleine Ogilvie did not provide an answer to a question about the footage being edited. A young boy has been praised by paramedics for his swift action when his mother went into a seizure at their Prospect home. The 4-year-old kept his cool, calling emergency services to raise the alarm.
When Monty Cocker found out his mother was having a seizure, he knew what to do. The 4-year-old immediately dialling 000.
Ambulance Tasmania, what is the exact address of the emergency?
Mummy fell over.
So your mum's fallen over, is that correct?
Yeah.
Is there anything else happening?
No.
Okay. Okay, are you with her now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm organising help for you now.
When paramedics arrived at the Prospect home, they were greeted by Monty, who they describe as being calm.
As we got to the address, he was in the window, he was waving to us. He was still on the phone. He was still on the phone to our colleagues when we arrived.
I haven't been to many calls where a little child has made the call to an ambulance. I've worked here for nearly 15 years.
How old are you?
4.
You're 4?
Yeah. My dog always roars at people.
That's okay. Is your dog friendly?
Yeah.
You'll be fine then, okay? Is that the paramedics?
Yeah.
Okay, they're there with your mama right now?
Where's your mum? Wendy.
Monty's mother, Wendy, is proud of what her son did. She showed Monty how to dial 000 with her smartphone only 24 hours prior.
So I talked him through how to do it from a locked phone, where you swipe up, press the emergency word, the 3 zeros and then the green button.
This morning, paramedics presented Monty with a certificate of appreciation, recognising his bravery when calling 000. As for Monty, he's just happy he was able to play hero for his family.
How did you know that she needed your help?
Because she teached me.
He's my little hero. He certainly has, saved the day. So, yeah, he's great.
Mark Zita, 7 Tasmania News.
A Northwest community has been dealt a blow with the Commonwealth Bank set to close its Smithton branch and ATM by the 25th of November. Circular Head Mayor Darryl Quillam says the move is disappointing and will affect residents who haven't transitioned to online banking. The nearest branches are in Wynyards and Burnie. Central Highlands residents will have to wait until early next year before a GP will operate out of ooze. Patients have been forced to travel for healthcare for months after the local GP closed its doors. The Tasmanian Health Service has struck a deal with Bothwell doctors to welcome additional GPs from October, with plans to service the Central Highlands Community Health Centre at ooze by the beginning of 2023. The operators of the Cataract Gorge chairlift have announced the ride will not reopen until Thursday. It posted on social media the popular attraction will undergo an annual maintenance and safety check. They say every chair will be removed for closer inspection and a clean. The lift broke down on Sunday, leaving people stranded for more than half an hour. And Tasmanian child safety workers will go on strike tomorrow for the second time in a fortnight. They're calling for an emergency workforce package as the number of at-risk children waiting for a caseworker has nearly doubled in a month. Jeremy Rockcliffe has written to major airlines pleading for flight capacity into the state to be maintained. The Premier says he's disappointed to see Tasmania affected more than the rest of the nation, with our state more reliant on air travel.
It's too important for our tourism industry, but all our small businesses, but also many Tasmanians that want to go and visit their family and friends.
Qantas has signalled it plans to increase flight capacity. Electrical trade groups are calling for more support with a block in the training of new sparkies. Teacher shortages are causing interruptions, with the Northwest training block recently cancelled.
We need to make sure the wages are higher, we need to make sure the conditions are better, and we need to make sure that that's there so we can encourage those teachers to teach our future electricians.
That has a massive impact for apprentices. It has a massive impact on the employers that want to have their apprentices trained, and it's got a knock-on effect to the construction industry.
An urgent industry meeting has been called this Friday with the Skills and Workforce Minister Felix Ellis. A world-class wellness centre is set to be built in Hobart, improving research, education and treatment for Tasmanian cancer patients. The state government today signing a statement of intent with the McCallum Cancer Centre, UTAS and the Support, Hope and Education Group.
What will be achieved through collaboration and very goodwill will be eventually clinical trials.
She Group's CEO striving to ensure other families don't struggle like his wife Jo Harris did when she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer.
We just want to make sure that Tasmania is on a par with the rest of the country when it comes to emotional care.
Discussions will continue for the next 90 days. Tasmania has some of the worst arthritis statistics in the country, with 1 in 4 affected by the crippling chronic condition. Experts today revealing exercise is the best medicine, as one Tasmanian shares how physiotherapy helped her regain her quality of life.
Taking control of her arthritis diagnosis, Shirley Cleland set herself a goal.
I said I'd like to walk up the stairs of the State Theatre with a glass of wine in my hand and not spill a drop.
And after only 1 year in physiotherapy, Shirley saw life-changing improvements.
I was told at the time of my left knee replacement that my right would follow very closely, but with my exercise program and swimming and walking, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Resting up and doing nothing is probably the worst thing that you can do.
Arthritis is an incurable condition with more than 100 forms, affecting 2.1 million Australians. Census data revealing it's the most reported long-term health condition in Tasmania.
We often like to be the top of the list for many things, but this is not one of them.
And it can affect all ages, experts predicting a spike in future generations.
Younger people, the more sedentary lifestyle, so we're not out as active, doing too much screen time, too much sitting down.
Despite our high numbers, Tasmania is one of the few states without a model of care and musculoskeletal plan. Experts calling on the government to invest more time and money into preventative measures. Brianna Boylan, 7 Tasmania News.
The Royal Hobart Show is almost here. This year's event running across 4 different venues due to the showground's redevelopment. A pet parade is a new addition after Petstock was today announced as this year's major sponsor.
We're a family-owned business, and working with a family-based community-orientated event is probably kind of what we're looking towards. We love getting involved in the local community.
Some old favourites also making a return.
We've got Dinosaur Petting Zoo coming from interstate, which we had 5 or 6 years ago. We've got a Jetpack Act, which will be out on the water, a water ski group. We'll have the racing miniature pigs again.
Tickets went on sale today. The hunt is on for Tasmania's best local wine list. Now in its 5th year, the Wine Tasmania program gives a nod to restaurants and retailers that showcase the best drops from Tasmanian vineyards. Entries are now open. Venues can nominate through the Wine Tasmania website until the 21st of September. Finalists will be announced at the end of the month. To hockey, Derwent's women's side is heading into the preliminary final with a boost of confidence after demolishing the Diamondbacks 4-0 in last week's elimination match.
It's really about us gelling as a team. Finals, anything can happen in finals, so it's really about that first 5 minutes and settling into the game.
Meanwhile, the men's Northwest graduates are gearing up to face Derwent.
They've been the sort of team to beat for the last few years, but that doesn't mean they're unbeatable.
The winners will go through to the Premier League Grand Finals. And finally tonight, the Jack Jumpers pre-season has tipped off as they verse the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix at Ulverston. It comes as players vote import Josh Majette as a co-vice captain.
Feel honoured, excited to join Weeksy and Clint. They did a great job last year, and just excited to join the group.
Glenn Starter will remain captain of the squad, with co-vice captain Jared Weeks joining him.
We essentially get to leave an imprint on this team, on this club, and drive it forward how we see it fit.
The Jack Jumpers are leading the Phoenix 10-6 in the first quarter.
Good evening. Well, temperatures on the cool side today. Hobart and Burnie just 12, Launceston 15 and Devonport 14. King Island recorded 15, Flinders Island, Low Head, Friendly Beaches and Bushy Park all 14 degrees. St Helens, Grove and Strawn 13. Bushy Park a cold -2 overnight. Partly cloudy today along with a few isolated showers over the east. Sunny conditions over the northwest and also through the Tamar Valley. Mid to high level cloud over the Bight extends over South Australia and the Territory. Bright convective cloud is over southern parts of WA. Tomorrow a high just to our east extends a ridge up the east coast of the mainland, the cold front over South Australia. East to northeasterly winds picking up to 25 knots and even 30 knots over the west during the day. Lighter winds over the inland lakes. So we do have a strong wind warning for that far northwest corner between Sandy Cape and Stanley. Now tomorrow, Hobart 15 degrees and partly cloudy, 16 for Geeston, a morning frost for Bothwell is 2, -1 overnight, 14 the top. 16 for Launceston, 15 for Devonport with a late shower moving in, morning frost for Cressy and a top of 15 degrees. Burnie 13 with a shower or 2, sunny in Strawn 16 the maximum, 15 for Curry on King Island, nice day, and 14 the top for St Helens with showers on the way. Swansea a shower or 2, 14 as well and 14 for Orford. Thursday showers developing over the north and east and extending over central areas before pushing statewide. More showers across most regions on Friday, more frequent over the north, and on Saturday 90 to 95% chance of showers for most of the state again. Possible shower in Perth, rain developing over Adelaide, sunny in Melbourne, a shower or 2 in Canberra and Sydney, 22 in Brisbane and a warm 32 in Darwin. Mostly cloudy over Hobart, it's 8 degrees, partly cloudy in Launceston and 10, and clear in Devonport and 9 degrees. And of course, that news coming through from Russia today that former leader Mikhail Gorbachev has been laid to rest, buried in Moscow. A lot of people are saying, though, that Gorbachev's grave is just another communist plot.
Oh, you had to dig deep for that one, didn't you? That's all your news for now. I'll be back later with updates. However, thanks for joining us tonight. Good night.